The movie begins in Ohio, where Curtis LaForche stands in the pouring rain, staring up at ominous clouds as a strange, dark liquid falls from the sky, almost like motor oil instead of water. He shakes off the vision and joins his wife Samantha and their deaf daughter Han for breakfast, trying to focus on normal family life. Curtis works at a construction company while Samantha runs their home and sews items to sell at the local market. Despite these routines, a lingering unease follows Curtis everywhere. Later that afternoon, Han plays with neighborhood children while Samantha socializes with friends. When Han grabs a dangerous piece of wood with nails, Samantha rushes to stop her, realizing her daughter's world is fragile and in need of constant attention. Outside, heavy rain interrupts the day, sending Curtis and his colleagues to a bar after work. He converses with his close friend Dart, who remarks that Curtis has a wonderful life, though Curtis admits privately that appearances can be deceiving. Their conversation is cut short, and Curtis returns home to check on Han, sensing the weight of his responsibilities as a father. That night, Curtis experiences a violent nightmare. A storm strikes, lightning hits the ground, and his dog Red goes berserk, attacking him. Curtis wakes up in his bedroom, heart racing, drenched in sweat, and wonders if these visions are warnings or something far more sinister within his mind. During breakfast the next morning, Curtis obsesses over Han's safety, pulling her away from Red and leaving his meal untouched. At work, he can't focus, haunted by the lingering sensations of his nightmare. His boss pressures him to catch up on lost work after a rainy day, but Curtis is distracted, seeing strange patterns in a flock of black birds overhead that no one else seems to notice. Later, Curtis attends a parent-teacher meeting, still covered in mud from his commute, realizing how little time he spends with Han compared to Samantha. He struggles with sign language, vital for communicating with his daughter, feeling the weight of inadequacy. On the way home, rain blinds his vision, causing him to crash the car. Curtis wakes from another horrifying dream where intruders pull Han from the vehicle. Each nightmare blurs the lines between fear and reality, amplifying his anxiety and sense of helplessness. Seeking control, Curtis begins building a small fence around Red to protect both the dog and his family, before discovering a storm shelter on the property. With a newfound idea taking root, he opens it and contemplates a plan that quickly escalates from practical safety measures to an obsessive compulsion to prepare for an apocalyptic event. At the same time, Samantha balances market sales and household duties, blissfully unaware of how deep Curtis's fears are already taking hold. The couple's lives start to fracture under the weight of Curtis's visions. Curtis begins quietly stockpiling supplies in the shelter, researching mental illnesses at the library, and purchasing canned food in bulk. He seeks help from a doctor, explaining sleepless nights, terrifying nightmares, and lingering pain from a dog bite. The doctor prescribes medication and recommends a psychiatrist in Columbus, but Curtis is reluctant to leave his family. Meanwhile, Samantha receives approval for Han's hearing operation, offering a brief moment of relief and normalcy. Yet Curtis keeps his escalating fears and medication hidden, the burden festering silently. As days pass, Curtis's visions intensify. Thunder booms in clear skies, panic attacks shake him, and he purchases a shipping container to expand his shelter. Visiting his mother reveals a frightening family history. She developed paranoid schizophrenia at the same age Curtis is now, feeding his paranoia that he may be doomed to repeat the past. Attempting counseling provides little relief, and Curtis begins to isolate further, borrowing work equipment to build the bunker and ignoring warnings from friends and colleagues. Samantha discovers Curtis's extreme preparations and confronts him. Arguments escalate, exposing tension and fear in their household. Curtis insists there is nothing to explain, withdrawing further into his private world. Nightmares and medications push him to the brink, culminating in a seizure that terrifies Samantha and forces Curtis to confront his condition. They discuss the necessity of counseling, Han's health, and financial priorities. Yet the storm inside Curtis only grows stronger. At work, consequences mount. Curtis is fired for misusing equipment, Dart suspended for aiding him, and rumors about his behavior spread through the community. Despite this, Curtis continues to obsessively expand the bunker, calculating, planning, and preparing for a catastrophic storm that may only exist in his mind. Samantha struggles to maintain normalcy, taking out vacation savings to cover bills and attempting to ground their lives in routine. Curtis experiences a visceral breakdown at a school dinner, throwing a table and warning that a devastating storm is coming, shocking everyone around him. Yet even in this chaos, Curtis remains protective, especially of Han. He witnesses a flock of birds flying in strange, ominous patterns before they begin to fall dead, confirming for him that a real threat is approaching. Panic sets in as sirens wail and rain begins to pour, finally forcing him to act decisively for the safety of his family. Curtis leads Samantha and Han into the shelter, enforcing strict safety protocols including oxygen masks. Hours stretch into an anxious wait as the storm rages outside, testing Curtis's endurance and fear management. He wakes repeatedly, unable to distinguish dream dream from reality and remains vigilant until morning. When Samantha requests that he open the door, Curtis hesitates, convinced the danger persists despite outward signs of calm. His struggle between rationality and instinct reflects the core tension of his character. The next day, Curtis finally opens the door to reveal a beautiful, sunny world. The neighborhood is unharmed, and the storm's apparent devastation has passed. Relief floods Curtis's consciousness. Eventually, Samantha insists Curtis see a psychiatrist, leading to a renewed focus on recovery. The doctor prescribes additional medication and recommends time away from the shelter, emphasizing the necessity of rest and specialized care. Curtis must temporarily separate from his family. Meanwhile, Samantha and Han continue life outside the shelter. Moments of joy mingled with lingering uncertainty. The family heads to the beach, attempting to reclaim peace and normalcy. Curtis and Han build sandcastles, sharing quiet, tender moments when Han suddenly signs the word storm while pointing to the sea. Samantha observes, initially confused, before seeing a strange, dark storm advancing across the horizon. Curtis and Samantha exchange a tense glance, unsure if this is yet another premonition or if Curtis's visions have begun to affect her perception as well. Throughout the story, Curtis's inner turmoil drives the narrative. If you were Curtis, seeing the world crumble in your visions, would you follow your instincts blindly or trust the people around you? Think about it and tell me in the comments. At this point, guys, if you want even deeper and longer recaps, you can check out our exclusive Great Animation Recaps membership, unlocking extended versions, detailed explanations, and premium packs for serious fans. Link in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for more cinematic recaps. And if you want the full extended epic versions and bonus insights you won't find anywhere else, check out our members-only content by tapping the membership link in the description. Every nightmare, every prediction, and every emotional beat of your favorite movies is waiting for you. Join Great Animation Recaps and experience movies like never before.